Peace, family. I'm Chi Vata, aka King Chi, and I am back with another tool for your toolkits. Don't y'all mind that this is a Wisdom Wednesdays on a Thursday. Y'all know I just control the days of the week. That's how it's gonna be. I owe y'all one from yesterday, and I've been pondering on this for the week, but it's been kind of busy. So let me know, first of all, if you can hear me loud and clearly, because I am doing this on my cell phone today during my break. Been very busy, sitting here out here by the pool, listening to the birds and the trees, and just being grateful for this life. Peace, euphoric moon. Peace, Jonah. Thank you so much for the cash appreciation for everybody who was on the meditation. Shouts out to everybody that did their thing. Peace to Hootie Faye. Oh, thank you. I just platted it just now. I was like, it's giving indigenous vibes. Shouts out to my bloodline. Alright, so off the cuff, right? You're gonna hear a little bit of background noise, but it shouldn't be too much, so long as we don't get a fire truck. Alright. Peace, what up, my Scorpion? So let me do this before the battery on my phone does its thing. So, not an option. Trusting closed doors. So I was having this revelation, especially after doing the evil eye meditation. In preparation for that, a lot of things started coming to the surface. And for you all who participated in getting your evil eye bracelets activated and aligning with that energy of protection, information via other people or through your visions, more clarity about some of the people that have exited your lives or somehow like just have lost access to you, is a very purposeful design. And I am speaking especially to those of you who have active shrines in your homes, who have an active practice of living with a clear and pure heart, even when it means speaking your truth and it could be hurtful to other people's feelings, or it can create some level of tension, but it's all in the intention of having clarity and just having things be clean. All right? Things are not always smiley, hunky-dory. But one of the things that occurs is that sometimes there's a boasting, right? There's a boasting of people who tend to talk about their cutoff game. And I want to differentiate for those of you who may sit in a space of not fully understanding what's happening. There are people in our lives that will state good intentions. There are people in our lives that may even act as if they mean their intentions. Their actions match what they're saying in the moment. And then, even with those things seeming to be in alignment, there is some discord that occurs that truly makes a person wonder. But when you sit in your meditations and take your emotions out of it, you will come to realize that the patterns that people exhibit are stronger and more telling than the things that they say, and the things that they may do momentarily. And when you have an active practice with genuine spirits that are uplifted, that are elevated, that are very clear about your mission and your purpose in life, when those individuals come into your space, sometimes you wonder how come they got the opportunity to come so close to you in your space. Those spirits take the opportunity to look closer at these kind of confused individuals, bringing them all the way in, just so that they can make a very clean distinction between what their mind is trying to convince their hearts of and the truth of what their heart is directing. Because at the center, the commander in chief is the heart. So if the heart space is on seeing you as an option or something to play with, something that there's some doubt around, and you've worked so diligently to become clear about what your purpose is, the lightness of your heart is going to create a situation within that person that they themselves feel like they're choosing to not be in your space, but it is truly a mechanism of your protective spirits. It is truly a mechanism of your heart realizing that there's no resonant energy there and creating a space for that thing or that person or whatever energies are around that individual to give you space. The only people that this really triggers are individuals who have experienced the trauma of abandonment, or people who are not very clear yet as to what their purpose is on this planet. But the clearer you are about what your purpose is the more easily you allow your protective spirits to do what they do, and don't get so caught up in either trying to prove that your protective spirits are doing their job or trying to convince those who have made the decision by way of treating you like an option to part ways, by no longer explaining away how you didn't do anything to cause this interruption in relationship. There's no explanation needed, because your clarity of what your purpose is and what you're supposed to be doing, that clarity comes with absolute faith that what it is that you're supposed to do, the people you're supposed to connect with, the people you're supposed to pour your gifts into, those individuals are going to be designed in such a way that they're capable of receiving what has been gifted into your spirit to share. And in gifting it to the right people, you won't be depleted, you'll be energized to continue on your mission. So if you stay in the energy of knowing that you're not an option, the space that you create for yourself, the energy that you put into being kind, being fruitful, being dependable, being honest and reliable in your space, that time and energy is not for those who are indecisive. That time and energy is not for those who are not designed for what you have to pour. Okay? If you have, you know, a water-like substance to pour into individuals, you obviously can't mess with individuals who have, you know, holes in their fabric, you know, as a part of their design. The person who might have some more coarse substance to pour into individuals would be designed to pour into individuals who are made of fabric that don't need to be so tightly knitted. You know what I mean? It's like not every substance, not every gift is for everyone. Okay? Does that make sense? And give you a little more resolve to just breathe easy and to release the tension that you might feel around certain things and certain outcomes. We have got to get to a place where when we make decisions for ourselves to move on, that we do so in an energy of peace, in an energy of clarity that is not so much about the other person or the other place. This can even be applied to a home you might be in, and you decide, I'm leaving this home. A good example of this, I remember living in a house that was very impressive to other people. But at that time, although it had been one of the better homes up until that point in my life, as far as comfort and space, my spirits were very disturbed. And the energy for me within that physical environment was not becoming of what I needed next. And it was interesting because my spirits weren't telling me I needed to move into a bigger home. My spirits were telling me that I just needed enough space to create a room or like a livable shrine to be in. And that is exactly what I manifested at that time in my life. And it was absolutely everything that my spirit needed to cocoon me for another phase, for another up level. I didn't need the multiple levels of house and a yard, and that wasn't what was needed at the time. So it's only due to my unshakable faith and what my spirits were telling me I needed, that I was able to trust and move with flow, because the people around me were like, you know, why would you give this up? And for those of you who have been able to be in really good places and the people around you are like so impressed by either your car or your house or whatever vacations you can go on, or even sometimes the person you're dating, they're like, oh my God, they're so amazing. I mean, it happens, right? People are really, what is the word? I don't want to use the word impressed by, but they just seem to be very invested, I guess, in some way emotionally in what it is that they see are blessings for you. And so it's not that you may be in a space of where you're lacking gratitude. you may just be receiving messages that something different, a shift needs to be made in order for you to find your way to the next opening. Okay? Now, I wasn't going to say obsessed. That's a different kind of energy. But had I been influenced by other people around me who were guided by some level of internal fear or projections of what I would be capable of on my own or in a new environment, I would not have found my legs when it was necessary for me to stand strong. And so there may be people in your life that think that by extracting themselves, they will weaken your legs. There may be choices that you are making for yourself where you think that you're weakening someone else. And in that kind of energy, just by law, it's like you're attracting that weakness to yourself. And that's why I said to not just think about people outside of what they could be doing to you, but making these decisions of making choices and not looking at it as options. Like, see exactly where you're going and make decisions. Be very clear about where you're moving for the benefit of your own progress versus what you think you're doing by extracting yourself from other people's lives. Because that's such a basic thought pattern. It's like, oh, I'll show them when I'm gone or they don't have my support, then they'll see. Let life take care of that. It's more so, I'll show me when I pour this energy into myself and I love on me the way that I keep on projecting and expecting others to do, that I will experience the same and even better a glow than anyone else can provide for me. You know what I'm saying? Just hold true to the fact that what you see for yourself, where you're going, y'all know I'm outdoors, it's not an option. It's 100% your purpose. Even if you're not all the way 100% sure all of what that's supposed to look like. It's just if you're consistent with your spirit team, they're going to do their job, right? Or else why are you even giving any energy towards having any type of companion spirits anyway? That's a waste of your energy. All right? Okay, friends. Mother has officially put her salty, sweaty fingers in her eyes. I'm reading your comments. Projected limitations. Y'all see in the chat? Can y'all read the chat as well? So because you are lukewarm and neither hot nor cold, I will spit you out of my mouth. I love that quote. I love that quote. I love that quote. Because lukewarm neither cooks nor cools anything. So it has no action, really. It's just there. It's just there. I'm glad y'all are seeing your purpose. And know that your purpose can continue to evolve. You know what I'm saying? It can evolve. So just because you see it today, 5 years from now, it can totally look like something different. But as a building, right? We start a building with, got one stone you put in there. Initially, that doesn't look like the final outcome. So every layer, as it develops, is going to look different. And the purpose of, for example, a single family home is going to be different when you add an extension to it. And maybe now you have a treatment room on the side. Now the same home that served the purpose for just housing you and your family now becomes a purpose of a treatment center, because now you have a practice there. Let's say you had trees in the yard and you decided you're going to cut down some and open up the land and start farming. Now the purpose of your backyard has evolved, and what you can do with what you have is different. It's continuing to expand itself. But in everything that expands, it's not just happenstance. It's not just a chance, like a chance in the wind. It's based on the decisions that you make. And it's based on the people and that get to go with you when you develop and you expand. Depends on whether they have decided in their hearts, not their minds, in their hearts, that they're for you, and your heart can discern it and keep them close. And if they're not really centered on the choice of being in your life from their heart space, then it will dissolve. Alright, because where the heart really wants to go, the legs, the arms, and the rest of the body is going to follow. So that is your Wisdom Wednesday. I hope you do with it what you will, and have a good, great, grand, and fortunate week. Alright? Peace, love, and bliss. I'll have a surprise for y'all later. Bye.